All right, gather round, folks. You're here because you're itching to find that one thing, that singular, mighty thing, that'll make any woman regret letting you slip away, am I right? Maybe she's gone cold. Maybe she's treating you like background noise. Or maybe you just feel overlooked. I understand the sting of feeling brushed aside by someone you cherish. But let me tell you a hard truth. This isn't really about her. It's about you. There's precisely one strategy, one shift in mindset, that can make a woman see what she's lost. Become a man she simply can't replace. Not through flimsy tricks or petty one-upmanship, but by stepping fully into your own greatness and radiating a power that's impossible to ignore. It might not be the easy road. Self-mastery and personal evolution rarely are. But it's the surest way to make her realize what she's missed out on. You're not aiming to manipulate her feelings. You're focusing on who you can become. Because once you transform yourself into someone both strong and irreplaceable, losing you will feel like an error she'll lament for a long, long time. Now, let's dig into how to make that happen. Point 1. Stop chasing, start valuing yourself. Now, let me paint you a little scene. Imagine you're furiously pouring water into a glass that's cracked at the bottom. No matter how swift your hand or how steady your aim, the glass never fills. That, my friend, is precisely what it's like to chase after someone who doesn't value you. You can keep trying, sending texts, buying gifts, bending over backward. But if she doesn't respect or appreciate you, the effort's wasted. Worse, you're sending a loud message that you don't value your own time or worth. So here's the shift you must make. Stop chasing and start treating yourself as someone who deserves respect. Pull back that unreturned attention. Spend your energy on things that actually nourish you. Your passions, your friends, your sense of adventure. When you quit offering your validation on a silver platter, she'll begin to wonder why the fountain of attention dried up. That's where regret seeps in, often unannounced, like a whisper in the night. Wait, why am I not hearing from him anymore? But here's the rub. You're not doing it to make her miss you. You're doing it to honor your own dignity and time. Point 2. Build a life that outshines the past. Now, let me tell you a short tale. A fellow once thought the key to stirring regret in his ex's heart was flashy proof he'd changed. But day-to-day bragging only gets you so far. Real impact happens when you construct a life so vivid and fulfilling that folks can't help but take notice. Think of all the rooms in your proverbial house. Your physical health, your career, your friendships, your hobbies. Are they thriving or barely holding together? If you're coasting, it's time to level up. Sign up for that martial arts class. Learn to whip up a gourmet meal. Volunteer for a cause that stirs your soul. When your days start to brim with purpose and zest, you become someone who's living, not just existing. It's a transformation that can't be faked, and it sure can't be ignored. Yes, she might see you having the time of your life and think, how did I miss this spark in him before? But the important truth is, you're not doing it for her. You're doing it for you. That unforced confidence, that bright light of self-improvement becomes magnetic. Suddenly losing you feels like losing out on a grand adventure. And that, my friend, is how regret takes root in someone who once took you for granted. Point 3. The power of letting go. Now, let's talk about a move more freeing than a breeze through a dusty old library, the decision to let her go. I know that might sound like a bitter pill, especially when your mind keeps replaying old conversations like a broken record. But here's the paradox. The harder you cling, the more your hands feel empty. The act of letting go isn't about giving up. It's about reclaiming your own life and stepping away from the what-ifs that weigh your heart down like lead. Let me conjure an image. You're on a narrow mountain trail, backpack weighed down with heavy memories and the ache of could-have-beens. Every step feels like a battle. Then along comes Viktor Frankl, the famed psychiatrist from Man's Search for Meaning, whispering a little wisdom into your ear. Find purpose in what lies ahead, rather than dragging the wreckage of the past behind you. Frankl endured trials beyond imagination, yet he survived by focusing on the one thing he could control, his inner self. That's the crux here. When you let go of obsessing over whether she regrets losing you, you create space for genuine transformation. It's like setting down that overloaded backpack. Your footsteps lighten, your spirit lifts. You stop being held hostage by a memory and start dancing with the possibilities of tomorrow. The magic is this: letting go isn't passivity. It's a bold trust in yourself, a declaration that you deserve better than being someone's afterthought. It signals confidence in your future, one where you're not shackled to someone else's whims. When you loosen your grip and direct your energy toward your own growth, something remarkable happens. You become a person whose very presence radiates possibility. And that quiet self-assurance, it's more captivating than any desperate attempt to make her see your worth. Point 4. Become irreplaceable. Now, let me spin you a little yarn about the difference between glitzy distractions and true, deep down, in your bones substance. Flashy cars, designer threads, or a wallet thicker than a stack of pancakes. Sure, they catch the eye, like a firework lighting up the sky. But let's be honest, fireworks fizzle out. What makes a man truly irreplaceable is who he is at the core. The values he holds, the purpose that fuels his days, and the way he stands tall even when the world shakes. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor with a philosopher's heart, put it neatly in Meditations. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. And that, my friend, is the essence of standing out in a crowd. It means living with unshakable character, forging your path without looking over your shoulder for approval. Ask yourself, which fellow do you want to be? The one who spends his days chasing pats on the back? Or the one so sure of his own worth he doesn't need anybody to confirm it? Women pick up on that difference faster than a hawk spotting a field mouse. And trust me, they don't soon forget the man who carries himself with real conviction. This doesn't mean puffing your chest out or boasting like a peacock. It's about authenticity, confidence without cockiness, kindness without ulterior motives, ambition fueled by your own heart's desire rather than the world's applause. When you become a man who's wholeheartedly devoted to bettering himself, everything else, respect, admiration, that little spark of awe follows like a trusty shadow. Here's the quiet truth. An irreplaceable man never begs the spotlight to shine on him. He creates his own light by living a life worth talking about. Women, and in fact, everyone, are drawn to that glow of genuineness because it's rarer than a pearl in a desert. And rarity, my friend, is the soil where regret for losing you takes deep root. Point 5. Rewrite your story. Let's call it what it is. Heartbreak can feel like a storm that's knocked your sails down and left you adrift. After a breakup, it's tempting to sit by the shore, staring at the wreckage, replaying every what if like a broken record. What if I'd said this? What if she'd done that? But here's the unvarnished truth. The past is a closed book. You can't rewrite what's already penned, but you can take hold of the pen for the next chapter. David Goggins in Can't Hurt Me talks about facing life's challenges head-on with something he calls radical ownership. Born into adversity that would crush most, Goggins didn't sit back and wait for someone else to rescue him. He didn't let the world tell him how his story would end. He rewrote it himself, and in doing so, he became unstoppable. Now, picture this. Your life as an unwritten story, pages blank and ready. You're the hero. So what kind of hero are you going to be? Are you the guy who lets the past chain him down, stuck in a cycle of chasing someone who doesn't see his worth? Or are you the man who builds a life so rich, so vibrant, that anyone who walks away from it feels like they've left a treasure behind? Here's the beauty of it. This is your turning point. Maybe it's starting that side hustle you've been dreaming about, hitting the gym until your reflection surprises even you, or traveling to places that remind you how big and beautiful the world is. Each decision you make now is another stroke of the brush on the canvas of who you're becoming. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the man you want to be 5 years from now. What does he stand for? What does his life look like? How does he make others feel just by walking into a room? That's your story waiting to be told. Remember this, the narrative you believe about yourself shapes your destiny. So why not make it one for the ages? Why not write a tale so bold, so brimming with purpose, that it leaves everyone, including her, wondering how they could have ever let you slip away? The truth, my friend, is that the thing that will make any woman regret losing you isn't some clever trick or manipulative game. It's living a life so full, so authentic, and so unapologetically extraordinary that losing you feels like losing the rarest gem. But here's the beautiful twist. This journey isn't for her, it's for you. Once you start valuing yourself, once you stop chasing shadows and start building the foundation of your dreams, a remarkable transformation happens. You realize you don't need anyone's regret to validate your worth. You're not defined by who stays or who goes. You're defined by the man you choose to be every single day. So, take that first step today. Build the life you've always envisioned, not out of spite, but out of love for yourself. When you do, you won't have time to look back because your future will be too dazzling to ignore. Before you go, let me ask, which part of today's video resonated with you most? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Your story might just inspire someone else. And if you're ready to continue this journey with us, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. Together, let's write a story worth remembering.